Hello everyone, this is Swapna from Magic Paper Pixie. Today I'm back on the Craftangles blog to show you how we can make simple cards using just stencils and some distress oxides with blending brushes. For the purpose of this video, I'll be using these three stencils, that is the heart-shaped mask, the rectangle mask and the autumn leaf stencil. I have cut a couple of panels because I just wanted to see how it goes and play around with the stencils and see how much I can stretch them. For the first card, I will be using the heart mask stencil. Now this heart mask stencil is really versatile. It comes with the positive and the negative spaces. But for this card, I decided to go with the smaller two hearts which are there on one of the stencils. My idea was basically to layer these masks in different colors over the panel. So for this card, I chose three colors, that is picked raspberry, abandoned coral, and I tried wild honey, but I didn't like the dark texture of it along with these lighter colors. So I chose an older ink that I had in my stash, which was a brighter yellow. I think if you have squeezed lemonade in the distress oxide range, you can try that out. That might give a better shade, but I didn't have it with me, so I decided to go with the yellow I had in my stash. Now I continue this process of layering these hearts on top of each other in different colors. In a lot of places the hearts are overlapped, and when the color blends, like for example the yellow and the pink, it gives a nice orange shade. I thought it gave a very nice interest and a different look to the card overall. But if you're trying out this technique, please do not forget to use some rough printer paper or some plain paper to make sure your fingerprints are not all over the card, and also to make sure that the color doesn't bleed out while you're blending to other parts of the card. I think it's a fairly important process because from experience I have had fingerprints over my card panels and most of the cards wherein I have done some ink blending. So I continue this process of overlapping and blending the inks in different colors throughout the panel till I'm happy with the result. I didn't want to cover the whole panel because I wanted to leave some white space towards the edges and top and bottom. I do realize that my card panel looks a little wonky, but we will trim it down once I'm done with blending the inks over on the panel. You can tape down the stencil as well while you're blending the brushes, but since there were so many small images that I was blending and I was moving around the stencils, I didn't want to tape down the stencil as such onto the card. But my card is taped down on the craft mat so that the card doesn't keep moving even though I'm moving the stencil around. Finally the card is done and I like the colors and the look of the card. I just removed the washi tape that I had stuck on the back of the card and I keep the panel aside. So I decided to make all the panels and then finally assemble the cards. So now for the second card, I used the rectangle mask stencil from Craftangles. So for this card, I thought of going ahead and making a few geometric patterns on the card panel, but I necessarily didn't want it to be in the shape of a rectangle. So I used the rectangle die and tried making a few triangles on the card to give some added interest. I used the stencil itself to draw a few light lines with a pencil on the card panel to make sure that when I mask them, I'm able to use the stencil in those lines and then blend the inks. I have drawn very light lines with the rectangle stencil and made some triangles out of it. I did go back and forth and erase so that I wanted to make sure that the triangles are aligned and they have a little bit of symmetry. I taped down this card panel on my craft mat and then aligned the stencils along the pencil lines that have been drawn on the panel. Now since they are triangles, you need to be careful to align them exactly on the pencil marks that have been made on top of the panel. Don't worry, you can erase these pencil marks later with a eraser since they are very light. And then I start ink blending along these lines. Now when I'm ink blending again, this time since I have used the stencil in a different way and these were triangles, I did use some washi tape to tape down my stencil so that it doesn't move, along with using two printer papers on the sides to ensure that the ink doesn't bleed to other parts of the shape. And also do not forget to keep wiping your stencils between each shape and each color, because if there are ink marks on top of the stencils, it can easily spread to other parts of your panel. And since I was making geometric shapes, I wanted to ensure that all the parts and lines are crisp and the ink doesn't smudge to the other shapes or to the white gaps that I've given between these triangles. I wanted to leave a little bit of white space between the triangles just for added interest, so that I didn't want the whole panel to look extremely crowded or very busy. So I continue with the ink blending all across the panel by ensuring that I keep the stencils on the correct lines and overlapping the stencils, wiping them in between using printer papers. This does take a little bit of time, but I thoroughly enjoy the entire process. Once you get a hang of how to move and blend along the lines of the stencils, it is fairly easy and extremely enjoyable. I fast forwarded the blending process for you because the process is fairly simple and repetitive. I like how the colors look on the card, and I like how the pattern has turned out. So I keep the panel aside and move to use another stencil on a card panel. I'll be assembling all the cards towards the end of the video. So the next stencil that I use is the autumn leaf stencil. Now this is a beautiful stencil and I can think of using this on so many backgrounds of cards, etc. But for this particular card, since I decided to use only the stencil, I will be doing some basic ink blending on the card panel using the stencil. Now for this card, I have used the rainbow order of colors and blended the ink simply across the entire panel. Once I finish ink blending across the panel, I take out the stencil and I really love the rainbow colors all across the panel. Since the panel itself looks so pretty, I decided to keep the card very simple, and it's just beautiful to look at the pattern on the paper. You can also add some glimmer paste on top of the autumn leaf stencils in case you have them in your stash. I couldn't find mine at the time, so I skipped that step. Now if you look at the panels, I have 3 panels that I have made already using distress oxides and stencils, but since I was enjoying the process of ink blending so much, I decided to make one more card using the heart mask stencil. Now this time I decided to make an extremely simple card. It's just a 1-layer card using the heart mask. I decided to go over with my inks in rainbow order again, giving the heart a kind of a halo effect, wherein the heart is still white, but there's a halo of rainbow colors around the heart. I liked this effect on the card and I thought it was extremely simple and easy to do. Once I peel off the heart mask from the card, you can see the halo effect around the white heart. It's a simple card and you can just pop it on top of a panel and stamp a sentiment. Your card will be ready to go. I have all my 4 panels ready and I start assembling my card now. I like how the colors look on top of the panel. So I first started assembling the geometric shaped card. For that, what I thought was, since there was a lot of white space in between the triangles, I wanted to give it a bit of a pop. I used a gold mirror cardstock that I had in my stash and cut it into extremely thin strips. I think now after pasting these golden strips, the card looks complete and gives an added pop. Now moving on to adding sentiments to these cards to complete them, I used the sentiments from the stamp set You're in My Thoughts called So Happy You're My Friend. I went ahead and stamped a couple of sentiments on a piece of black cardstock. I also used one of the sentiments Have a Beautiful Day from the stamp set Just a Note. I heat set them with white embossing powder and set them aside. I then decided to come back to my one layer card and stamp the same sentiment, "So happy you're my friend," in the middle of the halo rainbow heart. I paired them up with some gold cardstock and stuck it on a panel. I then added the sentiment strips on all the cards in black cardstock. However, if you look at the end of the video, you will find the pictures wherein I've changed up the sentiment panels on most of the cards because I somehow wasn't happy with the black look on top of the colorful cards. So on a few cards I have heat embossed in gold with vellum, and in one of the cards I have changed the sentiment into a die called Hello. I stacked them up on top of each other and added some glossy accents and embellishments to give the card a completed look. I hope you like these cards, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel for more such ideas. Until later, take care, stay safe and happy crafting.